Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Tender. It is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Welcome, everybody. We're going to go through SPY on multiple time frames. We're going to focus on SPY on the weekly. We're getting to major targets. Our last target is almost achieved. We're a few points away. That's what I want to show you. That's what I'm going to focus on. Also, the Qs on the weekly. IWM, DIA, we're going to look at all those on the weekly, and then we'll finish off with SPY on the rest of the time frames. VIX as well, we'll take a look at. I think we'll look at that on the weekly as well. It's huge. I was looking for some sort of correction. Maybe we still get it into time and price. And we haven't gotten it yet. But if we hit these targets before we get any correction, this is a major sell point. And I'll work you through this and how I think I'll plan on selling and what might happen with price at those targets, because that's very important as well. Forming tops is they're a process. Bottoms are an event. Remember that. So here we go. By the way, we're doing this intraday. If you're interested in getting these videos intraday instead of 4 o'clock for the public, then please consider being a supporter. SPY on the monthly time frame. We have the 2000 top here, 2022 top, and we're pressing through on the monthly time frame through this trend line. And I think this will be an opportunity to see a nice big wick by the end of the month. And time and price will show. It's not there yet, but I think this is a great opportunity for a nice fake break and a wick on the monthly time frame. We do have divergence on the monthly time frame, on the RSI, on the MACD, on the slow stoke. There's many more. The all of our oscillators, our summation index, McClellan, all those negative divergence on all time frames. Okay, so let's go down to the weekly and go across the board. Starting off with the visual here, traditional technical analysis, we're peaking above. Obviously, we had trouble with the weekly time frame wicks on this 2021 trend line here. Got above it, holding and pressing up onto this potential channel top here. Throw over here as well. Now, this candle as well on the weekly, we'll be looking for this to end up as a reversal candle if we get that pullback that I was talking about. If we get the pullback that I was talking about, I'll show you on the lower time frames. I went through it the last video. We have not pulled back yet. So I still think that's possible into time and price, but we'll see. So again, in a bullish stance, but we're at these resistance, major resistance. And if we get a reversal on the weekly, I think that within our time parameter, I think that that will be that reversal that we'll see on the monthly time frame with the big wick there as well. So here is what I want to show you. On our Elliott wave look, well, I don't have the Elliott wave patterns, but it's a Fibonacci time and whatnot. Here's the target from this correction, 2022. We've shown this many of times. So we had our 100% where price got above the last all-time high. Then we made it to our first major target, 127, worked around it, got above, held, and now we're approaching 561.48. That is an exact price, but it's always considered a zone because price will probably wick through it. At very I don't see it often where price doesn't quite touch it. just comes shy. Now, it will support and resistance because we always look for zones, but I think this number will be tagged and we'll get our reversal or a wick through it on the weekly time frame. And now this is where I want to talk about trading. We will put on, I've already started adding on to put plays and getting into this target. Once we hit it, on the daily, on the hourly time frame, perhaps we get above, maybe even get a daily close above, which would be bullish. But we want to see if this price action is going to go any higher. It's got to get above 561.48 and hold on daily, weekly, just like this, getting above and maybe even back testing and holding above. But this is a major resistance. I don't see that happening. We'll have to let price show us. Now, when we trade this, we might again form a top. So we might get a couple days or weeks below and go back and retest and maybe even get a wick that's just a little bit higher. While maybe the Nasdaq gets a lower high. So there's a couple different things. Maybe it only gets one reversal candle off of this and then reverses. Definitely a couple different ways. That's not going to stop us. It's not going to change what we'll do is we'll add all of our puts, our swings, and then in the near term, as price reverses, we'll probably take off, take profit in the near term, and then add back on if price gets back up. So I'll use this example over here where you see we had, let's call it a top here, and price, and I'll show you this on the Qs, it's going to be different. Top here, price oscillates around, we take profit, comes back, we add on our puts, take profit, and then it actually made a new high. Okay, so that's very important. Now let's go over to the Qs and just know that we have these time and price relationships around July 21st. We'll just say July 21st so far. So we have 11 days for something to happen. Are we still going to get our little reversal and then head back up and finally hit our target? Or hit our target and get just a wick a little bit higher at this 561.48? So this just time factor is going to be really important coming into 7/21, July 21st. Now let's go to the Qs. And we're not going to pay attention to the traditional technical analysis. We're throwing over on all our wedges and everything, and I can redraw a channel, but we'll just look at the Elliott. And again, take that off there, don't need that. From this correction here, from 2021 to 22, we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, wave 4, and we're pushing to end wave 5. All right. So we're looking at our target is nearly 3 points away from our major target here. 3 points away. We could hit that today if price wanted to. But again, coming into, do we get some sort of reversal just before, or do we tag it directly? That's the big question. If we tag it directly, I still think there's a chance that price backs off of it, gets a reaction off the 161.8 extension or retracement, if you want to say, from this here, this retracement, and then retests it back into July 20th. All right. But the big short area about 504.16 coming right up on it. That's all I want to show you there. And then I want to look at the small caps. I'm no longer using them as a hedge. It's possible that we still get to this 62% retracement. Didn't quite get there from the top to the bottom here. So that's still maybe just to get that last push. Maybe the small caps do that, move to 212.83. But it's satisfied conditions. It's gone up to, the 50% has been a fantastic area where it's been trading around as resistance and support and resistance support. And so on a traditional sense, you have this trend line here that is now a valid trend line. You have 3 points of reactions off of it. So this will be a good spot. You have major resistance here. And again, if we get above maybe wick on the monthly time frame or so up to that 212 and then reverse off of there. Otherwise, if price gets above this trend line and holds above 210, 211, holds, then we'll be looking for something else, and something else will be happening in the market. That price action will be going a little bit higher. Okay, DIA. This is going to be real simple. I think the top is in. And DIA, I think that we can count. This is kind of I don't have much drawn on here. But if we look at just this last move here, I do believe this is a 1, 2, a expanding flat, or a running flat. 3, relentless move. 4, and a 5. So it just stayed a nice 5-wave move up, an impulse move down, and we're getting right into the 786 retracement area right here and rejecting so far. Okay, so the setup is there. Major setup for a reversal. We'll see if price can get up there today or going into CPI tomorrow, or maybe CPI is a reversal. We'll see. We're going to see some volatility coming up here soon. The VIX, just getting a real tight price action here on the weekly. So does it fade down and make a new low? Not sure. Not sure if that's going to happen. If price gets stuck up there on the SPY and Qs near the top, and waste time forming a top, then we'll probably see a new low in the VIX. On the VIX futures, we did close the futures gap today, so that's a big deal. And let's just work SPY down to the 65 and see if we can learn a little bit more going into time and price. And so we're going to use our Elliott wave diagram here, and you have that 561 retracement, 561.48, that 162 retracement from the 2021 correction. Got that move coming into there. And then on the daily time frame, we have a time relationship going the 16th, just one. And then the 21st and to the 24th, then we start to get a cluster there at July 21st to 24th there. So that will be a big area. So does price action go and tag or just miss this major Fibonacci retracement? And then maybe pull back and then revisit it to make a higher low? Oh, that's what I was going to show you on the... Sorry to pull back here. On the weekly time frame, the Qs, here's the other top. So on the weekly time frame, the Qs made a top and then became the weaker asset, while this top here on SPY was not the high. Qs made a lower high, SPY made a higher high. Again, that last top, here's the high for the Qs. Qs made a lower high, SPY made a higher high. And that same incident could happen if IWM would like to just blast off to the upside and pull SPY with it while the Qs make a lower high. So that's still a possibility going into this major target. So do we tag it or just miss it? Maybe we get our correction back down to perhaps the 8 EMA, wherever it wants to go, the 20, doesn't matter. And then comes back to finally get that new high in SPY, but a lower high in the Qs. That's what we're looking for. All right, let's go to the 65. On the 65-minute, our expected move is right near our target zone, so we're approaching that. We're throwing over all the wedges and things like that. So the traditional technical analysis is just not holding, and we got nice rejections off of it. But price is grinding; it's above now. So let's look at the Elliott. So do we sell? The big thing is we have Friday coming on 7/12. On Friday, do we get a top, or do we pull back going into CPI, get a quick correction, and get a low in July 12th, and then revisit and get that new high and finally tag? I think either way, we're going to tag that 162. Our price is right around here, and maybe that's where this plays out at the even if we tag it today, our target, maybe we get a reversal and just get a nice little new double top high going into the end of July at the 21st area and the 23rd. That's what we have in this cluster here. So this still, I'm kind of looking to play out. If not, maybe we tag that target and then this sort of plays out. Okay, so let's see where price action is when we get to this 7/12. See where that cluster takes us. If it's a top here, then we'll be looking for something more like this to play out, like that. Or if we get some sort of reversal from CPI today, and then Friday is just, maybe it's a massive reversal, and Friday we end up having a free Friday again and working price back up. It could, oscillate back and forth just like that other top into our target again. All right, looking for a possible double top. All right, it doesn't have to play out this way. Remember, time doesn't give us a direction. It's where price is at when that time occurs. So if price is lower into the 20th, maybe that's a bottom here. But this is so far the kind of top that I'm looking for. Going into the VIX, and then we'll end this. VIX looks like it's trying to hold up well. Keeps coming into the complacency zone and pushing off of it. Do we revisit it? That'll be kind of what we're looking for. But I can see this being some sort of move back up here. We get that little correction that I was talking about, maybe into CPI, a quick correction, and then price action starts to go hit our target, and we go back to the complacency area one last time. All right. Thanks for joining us here at Options Center. A big top is coming.